Today I am taking the topic land resource. We have already done about the resources, its classification, development or planning. So please remember all those things. Today this topic, that is land resource, as we know that it is also one of the important resource for us. How it is a resource? We have done that resources means anything which is having the function and utility which satisfy our need or wants, whether it is individual wants or social wants. So in this way, land is our resource because we perform all our economic activities on land. So in this way, every country is having their own land use pattern because every country is having its own area. India is having 3.28 million square kilometer, but we also know that in this total area, India is having three landforms, that is mountain, this part whole that covers 30% of the total land. Then plains, this you have done in class 9, whole northern plains and coastal plains, this all will come under and that covers 43%. Plateau, that is 27%, that is covering the southern part of India, that we call peninsular plateau. So in this way, these three landforms somewhere limits the use of the land. We should also know the factors which determine the use of land. And the first factor that we call as physical factors, in which it includes relief, climate, soil, water supply. If we see human factor, then in human factor we find population density, then technological capability, culture, tradition, need of the people, and these all, both the factors determine the use of land. Is having their own land use pattern, and this is because every country is having the different landforms, and according to that, when any country is using the land for various purposes, that only we call as land use pattern. So if you see the land use pattern of India, we find that round about 43% of the total area we generally show on pie chart. So that 43% that comes under net sown area. What is net sown area? Net sown area means at least in a year, in one agricultural year, the whole land which comes under agriculture, or that we call as net sown. But together when we will add some area with the better irrigation facilities, we used to grow the crops in the second season also. So that is also added. So that we call together with net sown, together that we call as gross sown area. Net sown area and gross sown area. Then fallow land, those land or those marginal land which are kept for 2 to 3 years without any cultivation to regain the fertility of soil. So that we call as fallow land. Then we find westland in India, because we know that it includes some part of desert, rocky area, or the part dissected plateau which is not having any agriculture use. So those non-agricultural purposes land that comes under westland, or we call as in simple way barren land. Then we find forest area. According to the National Forest Policy, how much we need? 1/3 of the total area, or 33%. But in our country, it has come down to 22%. Because this land use pattern changes according to the passage of time also. So, we find that in our country, the forest area is very less. So, there is need to increase forest area because we know the importance of forest. Important is it helps in ecological balance. We find pasture land. We know that India is having the largest number of cattle, but the pasture land in India is very less. How we used to feed the animals? Because we also know that India is an agricultural country, and in this all the agricultural waste are used as the food or fodder for the animals. So in this way you used to feed those cattle. We know that all these land that we are using for various purposes, but as we are using, we are over exploiting, and due to this, some of the area is becoming unfit for cultivation or for agricultural purposes. This only we call as land degradation. So what are the causes of the land degradation? The causes can be mining, some part of Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh or Madhya Pradesh or Odisha. These all comes under due to the mining area, and due to mining land gets degraded. Some of the states like Punjab and Haryana, this part, they are degraded due to over irrigation. Remember that in Punjab and Haryana they are having the largest area under net zone, more than 80%, and some area less than 10% we find in the parts of northeast like Arunachal Pradesh. We also know some part that is land degradation due to overgrazing that covers the part of Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, interior of Maharashtra. So if we know these all are the causes, then we should also know how to avoid this land degradation, or what are the methods to overcome on this land degradation. So what we can do? We can do afforestation, we can do prevent or overgrazing of animals, we can reduce mining, we can also reduce the effluents which are coming from the industrial waste. In this way we can conserve our land resource. So remember, land is our important resource. In various ways we are using it.